for someone to lead the way, at least the early stages. And now we're live into the second map, and it's NaVi starting on the T side.
Kenny with a little bit of aggression. I actually love this. It's obviously a risk, but you want to try and change the pace from that first map absolutely right off the bat here. Don't give them a chance to get rolling. Don't give them that good feeling back again. Jax tries to snipe it away, but he's going to stick around at least for a minute. Still that smoke is up, so he's a little bit safe and no one jumping on the box. But as it's fading, he's very worried about someone sitting inside. I mean, I love what Alex was saying in that first map about, NaVi not being able to replicate that semifinal from yesterday, and then they went and did exactly that to everyone's surprise, but surely not for a third map here. That would be outrageous.
Well, they have so many players who can pick up the slack and lead them into that start of a domination, that start of a snowball. Here we go. G2 is going to start taking a delayed long control. They want to control this portion of the map. It's only Flamey here. This is the main hit. And Kenny, he's going to be stuck on an island all alone. Utility ringing out, and here's the attack from NaVi. They want to take this battle at range, and Kenny S going to come out on top with the first. They've stalled him out at the corner. NaVi cannot pass, cannot move forward until Simple gets into the action.
Well, that long push, though. Flamey, huge kill. That traps Jax alone. The backstab is in now on Moy, and he turns. A nice headshot coming through as Flamey goes down. That might have done it here. 2-on-3. They're low on health for the NaVi side. Even with the bomb plant, they're in a bit of trouble. Boomich immediately shot down, but Electronic will steal it back. Absolute robbery. They should not have been winning that. As soon as Boomich goes down, he was the only one with any health left, and they just sweep it away.
Oh no, they were both focused on the catwalk player, and Electronic pounces. And actually, oddly enough, I mean, a nice win for Electronic with that double kill. You're right, this flank is what turned everything around, trapping Jax. But even Electronic right at the end, after a victory like that, having some words for Perfecto, maybe talking through some kind of a mistake. I'm just trying to get him a bit more focused on the action. 1-0 for NaVi.
That one kill for Flamey coming out long. It's a nice reminder, a good illustration of, it's not always the amount, it's not always the speed or the genius behind it. It's just, taking the attention away, and suddenly you could just see the panic.
Well, also, that miraculous kill from Jax being able to spin, that's a kill that you only see in that kind of a situation. That rarely happens. Like, even that miraculous of a kill can't bring the round back in their favor. So a desperate situation. Kenny S with a deagle, no armor. He wants that AWP in play as soon as possible, as soon as the guns come out.
Kenny set up with the deagle, might be getting a free kill. They almost just walked straight into it. Grenade to follow it up. Pretty decent, actually tags a bunch of people. And again, that all helps in a round like this. NaVi, I mean, they never let their foot off the pedal on that first map on Nuke. If G2 can stall them out here, if they can, slow them down a bit, get some more kills in play, it all counts, it all matters at the end. Kenny trying to see if he can play around the smokes that NaVi have just put up on the catwalk, right in front. Excellent shot with the deagle. He's going to turn for it, and they're still out there. They're spamming through, and they'll catch him eventually. There's so many bullets coming his way. One of them is bound to connect. They're still waiting up there, and the smoke is going to be fading soon. Nice shot from Jax. He nearly took down Simple. Can he do it one more time? He's doing so much damage, and there's a double grenade taking down Simple and Electronic, and G2. They found a way into this second round so early on.
Yeah, they've pretty much won this. 15 seconds. I don't think Boomich has the ability, and he's just going to have to probably save this Mac 10, although Jax is dropped down. Another kill for him, 2 in the round. Between Kenny and Jax transferring over to the railing, they used NaVi's smoke wall against him. Kenny was able to use it. Jax was able to use it to cross over the long gap. And again, I mean, just like the pistol round, NaVi, they have to be careful when they attack this part of the map. They're getting stalled out frequently in that same location, right at the corner, right at the boxes. They've had a tough time passing in these opening 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think that's really worth watching out for. They obviously feel confident in taking those fights, but I agree, they probably should have lost the pistol round for the same stall. Hope they don't do it a third time here. Flashbangs being traded over the wall over at long, a wide swing. That's an amazing amount of distance for Boomich to run, and none of his teammates are there behind him to pick up the slack. The fact that he makes it that far on, I mean, there should have been like 2 or 3 more people fighting G2 out there. So a little bit of a messed up timing, I think, for NaVi to take the swing.
Well, G2 is very fortunate. Their 2 rifle players at long got caught together. Or, excuse me, Nexa has the Mac 10, but they almost grouped up exactly for that. And Kenny has got to be so worried behind that car that could get spammed through. Even with the smoke there, not providing a whole lot of cover, but he's got the scout. And just looking down, making himself as small as possible, and it's not going to work. Not for the whole time. And G2, in the interest of the overall goal of winning the round, had to just abandon Kenny S. They had to let him fall. 2-1.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, it's not really an issue, I think.
It's the right call.
Yeah, it's just a scout anyway. You won't be that sad to see it go. And I think all of these early rounds, I don't know, when you lose that quickly on a map and it's a best-of-5 grand finals, I could see you sort of trying to shake it off pretty quickly, and you might even be successful in doing that. But if you can get off to a better start here in the second map, that's going to help you so much. That'll make the real difference in the end, I believe. Hunter down, pushing with the MAC-10. Again, I like this. I really want G2 to reclaim a little bit of dignity and confidence in this map early on, and then we'll see how it goes. Let's try and see if you can...
Especially around 2, I mean, with the MAC-10, the bonus money, you know they're going to be unarmored, you know they can't invest into this round, so why not get aggressive and see if you can get yourself a bit rich. Help the economy early on. A couple of kills coming out for G2, and yeah, I mean, that's a good point as well. I mean, it is a best of 5. That first map is obviously going to sting a little bit. Boomich close up, he can find that kill. 4 HP on Kenny S, and Boomich setting a personal record in the previous map, which shouldn't surprise anyone. A 2.58 rating is the highest he's ever had, and what a time to deliver it.
It's so outrageous. Again, it matters that it's a grand final. It's so much harder to play well once you go deeper into a tournament. Nerves, you start to second-guess yourself. It all makes a difference, and somehow that's what he pulled out. What was it, 28 and 6 in the first half? In 15 rounds,
yeah. That
was his score.
Lincoln, you miss it. That was a quick first half on Nuke. Forget about it, though. Kenny S has the AWP. He had a nice pick in the previous round against the unarmored Glocks, now up against AK-47s and the Kriegs, which can be so deadly, or excuse me, one Krieg on electronic. Double up setup immediately for G2 as Amanek has one as well. Kenny S playing at the railing of the A bomb site, Amanek playing in middle. That's a great shot. Timing peek, making sure you dodge the flashbang and picking off the player meant to clear the close angles.
And we were talking about this yesterday after the games. We wanted to have said Amanek's name a couple of more times, maybe. It's not that he wasn't doing anything or that he was letting his team down. I mean, obviously, in the grand finals, so everyone was doing something. But yeah, he's a great player. We want to be able to call out his name a bit more, and there was one of the chances there. Now they're pushing up. Perfecto starting to fall back. Wow, G2 actually really trying to reclaim a lot of the pacing of this game right now, even in spite of the fact that they're playing on the CT side, which normally where you're sort of waiting around and just seeing what's coming, but they're not really doing that.
What a perfect timing for the push, and Hunter's going to continue. He'll be able to spot them out, especially he might speed things up when he hears the nades and the communication from his team, and he just misses the opportunity. He wants a clean shot. He's going to tap away. He's going to get Perfecto from behind. That should stall out the attack on Catwalk.
And he falls back. Not greedy, not sticking around for more headshots. That's so smart.
And look at the nade damage as well. Not a lot of utility. 2 smokes and a flashbang left for NaVi to try and get into this bomb site, or try and do damage, but I think with 20 seconds, they might just call it all off.
I don't know what other plan there could be. If you thought you could do a lot of equipment damage in there with sort of take away rifles, maybe you'd want to go for it, but it seems unlikely, and they don't really have any money themselves, NaVi, so G2, this is really surprising. We saw nothing like this on the entire Nuke map, pretty much. Hunter sneaking in, he's flanked all the way around to find a second kill on Flamey. And yeah, they're trapped in his time is out. They're going to try and run them down. If they die after the time is out, they're not going to get the loss bonus, and they'll at least make it through. But a 4-1 lead here for G2.
The hard part, and for NaVi, as it's going to be a timeout that's called, and for good reason. We know, we talked a lot, we've been kind of joking about it through different stages of the event. It's no longer a joke now that they're in the grand final, the forced buy economics that NaVi brings to the table. But they still have a tough decision to make here. You have the 2 rifles. You can't get rifles on your other players. Maybe you could get a Galil if you really wanted to, but I think the other plan would have to be, if you go for a buy in this round as NaVi, then those 3 players are going to have to drop down to maybe pistols and just get up the full sets of utility.
Well, I've been in this awkward position of being the guy that's been criticizing their T sides while also simultaneously claiming they're going to win the major and the Intilla Grand Slam.
That is a very fine line to ride.
I know, but I found that middle spot, Jason. I'm sure of it. I feel confident. This is the kind of stuff I don't like out of NaVi. Now, I love it from G2. I want to give them credit for the push that they did. But in the past, throughout the tournament, you know, when they were playing in the group stage, this is what I saw so much out of NaVi, where they have actually specifically Perfecto playing in Upper Dark. He gets picked off, and then they don't know what to do. They freeze, and nothing else happens. So we've not seen that much from them in the playoffs, and hopefully that goes away again. But it's a round I kind of want to just put a pin in it right now. We'll see if it comes back to them. Perfecto at it long. He's got them back up here. The timing for the flashbang is amazing, and they should be able to get this kill down in the pit. Jax alone. Backup is pretty far away at the moment. He's just sliding away, trying to buy a little bit of time. Kenny at the corner. If you are going to have backup, then Kenny at that range is going to be exactly what you need. And now the bomb is out in the open, and more people are going to start to rotate in. Kenny actually moving closer. He really wants to be there to help out. They're all looking at Jax. Now they know that Orb is close, and they're going to get the one kill. Grenade underhand through, and it explodes. Perfecto. What a great kill. A 2-on-2 now.
Simple out mid. He's gotten one kill, and now he's opened up that part of the map, and he can actually be a nuisance. He can actually prevent G2 from rotating over towards the B bomb site. The smoke is going to slow him down. It's going to buy time for Electronic with the bomb, and now with an M4 to be able to make it to the B bomb site. This is the battle we wanted. Kenny S and Simple inside the smoke, passing each other, not even seeing it. Oh, there's Simple coming through, and Kenny turns and gets him.
That is completely ridiculous. They were practically standing on top of each other, none of them knowing. If he had stayed there, Kenny, I guarantee you, Simple would have won that fight. He's inside of the smoke. It would have favored him. Now Electronic, what does he do? He's got no armor. He's got no grenades left. They still have a Molotov and an HG grenade. They could do so much to win this round. Now, it is Electronic, and he's been playing an absurd tournament himself. So many of the NaVi players you could put in that category. He's going to go for the bomb plant. That will give them some money to work with, and that's fine. Molotov here will force him out. The HG certainly, if he wasn't already gone, that would probably have done it. And now he needs the headshots, and he needs them really, really quickly, walking right into Hunter's field of view. Seems like he could have maybe stayed a bit more hidden. I don't think G2 are going to be worrying about anything like that. Triple for Kenny.
He wanted to take the fight quickly to turn it into a one-on-one and then be able to play a bit more smarter. I think one thing to notice in that round as well for NaVi is they passed the Krieg. It was in Boomich's hands, who obviously had the hot hand on Nuke, so you'd probably want to keep it there. But due to the spawns, Perfecto had the long spawn. He was the first one out able to take that fight. They passed it down the line to him so that he could provide the opening out long and even give him a chance to win that round.
Henry and Alex were talking about Boomich laughing on Nuke, and he's 0-0-5 right now. So the laughter is done. It's a whole new day here. 5-1 leading G2. Obviously, it's a long way to go still on Dust2, but it's interesting.
Yeah, life comes at you fast. Good first map. Gonna have to get going in the second. Boomich down to a MAC-10. He doesn't have the funds. Remember, he's one of the players who saved his gun in the 2 rounds ago, so wasn't able to get that bonus money. Here we go, turning the corner. Catwalk control, which NaVi has had pretty much whenever they've wanted it. It's just that they haven't been able to do anything with it. They've been stalled out, one time flanked from behind, a couple times stopped trying to cross into the bomb site. Simple's got the op in hand now as well.
Yeah, and that should frighten everyone on that G2 side. Yeah, some of the shots he's been hitting today and yesterday especially, way out of control. Hunter, he's hearing them, but Simple's right in front. The gun barrel gonna be showing. Oh, he almost transfers it. Hunter through the door, and he actually gets it. I think that was the last bullet, taking down Simple. Immense fight to be winning. And Boomich, he jumps down, leaps off the catwalk to try and see if he can punish it. It's with the MAC-10. I don't think anyone's called it out. I don't think they know that he's here. You could see Hunter not even turning for it. Is that enough of an opening? Can they actually turn it with just that one kill?
I think Kenny knew. I just don't think the communication registered in Hunter's brain quick enough. Jack's going to push out long, though, so retaking map control they've lost. What a bold play from Boomich. At the moment, doesn't really have too much of an impact, but it has thrown this defense into a bit of a crazy spin where they don't know what's happening. And again, another attack up catwalk, but Kenny's attention isn't there.
Look at Jax, he's running miles away. He could have been here already helping out, but they had the wrong call on defense, so they need to win the fight. One good kill and another great follow-up from Perfecto, and they actually get the bomb site, and suddenly it's a 2-on-2. Man, that's so interesting. Definitely some communication problems here for G2 in this particular round. And now Boomich still down here with the MAC-10, and they know it. Kenny would have called that out to get the grenade in, a little bit of damage. The MAC-10 reigns supreme for a double, and Perfecto will close the round. And NaVi with a second round, and I would say that's an unlikely round for them to be winning.
Well, you said Boomich was 0-5. He's now 2-6, but it's not even the kills. It's just his presence in CT spawn that causes so much confusion. Kenny was worried about it. That's an op you would like to have trained on catwalk, but he was trying to help his teammates, and that's a brutal loss for G2. What a play from Boomich to throw the defense in a tailspin.
There's so many things that you would want to ask them about in this round. You said Kenny might have known that Boomich was down there. If he did, then yeah, why was the call delayed, or why didn't Hunter realize, or did he and was just so occupied with middle? The other thing is obviously Jax, who was in T spawn and could have made his way out to fight for long, but something made him fall back, and those things are really, really important.
I think we have to remember, I mean, the G2 players aren't rookies by any stretch, but, inexperience in a stage of this caliber, a grand finals of this caliber as well. There's going to be some nerves that they need to work through, and I'm certain that some of those played into that domination on Nuke just previously. Kenny wants to challenge on Catwalk, and he's going to get it. Electronic walks right into him. He hadn't seen the aggressive position from the op before, and Kenny catches him off guard.
Kenny alone with no backup, no one there to help him out. He was so confident in winning that fight. And it wasn't misplaced either. 8th round here as Kenny will fall to Simple down the middle. You do like to see the style of AWPing though from Kenny. Get a kill somewhere, fall back, reposition, go, just never try and fight the same place twice. But he walked right into the crosshairs there. So now Hunter up at the site, they have a lot of Molotovs and they can Molotov out this position. And if they do, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's got Nexa with him there and Jack's down at long.
We'll see if they can make it around this corner. This is a crossfire setup for the G2 defense. They need someone to make contact. There's Nexa with one. Surely Perfecto, he's not going to through this corner. He doesn't look left. Oh, this is dangerous. Hunter, they know exactly where he is. And Flamey doesn't look either. Flamey just pulls out and tries to switch the weapon, and they're all obliterated. 6-2 for G2.
Wow, a lot of questions, a lot of mysteries unfolding here. Gonna have to hire a detective to figure out exactly what was going on there. Flamey, I'm not sure. I don't know. I could kind of understand maybe why Perfecto doesn't check this, because Nexa takes that fight, gets a kill, and is traded. If I'm coming in on the T side, you might just expect, if there was a player at Goose, he would have swung with Nexa. It would have been a simultaneous hit, and since no one showed up, yeah, maybe no one was ever there.
But look away from Flamey, maybe getting confused about which player in the crossfire Perfecto actually ended up killing, which was the player on railing.
That could be.
Curious. Still, I mean, question that we had coming into this, can G2 actually recover? Can they change their fortunes? Can they turn it around? And the answer at the moment is yes. 6-2, 4-round lead, plenty of money, a double op setup as well. Things looking pretty good, at least at this stage.
It's very early on. 6-2 is easily recoverable from NaVi.
I think that the hard part, I think the most frustrating thing for NaVi at the moment is these catwalk attacks are not working.
Yeah, so maybe that's a good reason to call them off and do something else. There's still plenty of map to play around with. Looks like they want to go for the B-bomb site. Hunter is there. That's his 14th kill with only 2 deaths. And they really can't make it through. That's a confined space. Those HE grenades leave your ears ringing for a long time.
Oh, this is a good play from Jack's. Going to get a freebie. Maybe able to fight down mid. Molotov might slow things down. The big thing is the utility that NaVi uses to attack the B-bomb site is all negated by the counter nades.
Yeah.
So they get stalled out, and when they eventually run out of flashbangs, there's no way to make it through that hallway against Hunter. Or Amanek, the double scope, he saw ahead, and that's a quick duck from Electronic.
Yeah, they have that double AWP. They can stay alive with both AWPs, right? That's such a luxury.
Here we go, free plant. Don't even mind this. G2 just playing it retake, trying to play it safe, preserve the weapons in their hand. That's the catwalk player. Electronic is down, so it's just Flamey with his deagle. A little bit of damage onto Kenny, who can just fall away.
Yeah, don't lose the AWP, right? You invested into to those rifles. Best to keep them alive for a long time. 7-2 will be the scoreline here. And NaVi with the bomb plant and the loss bonus overall should be in a pretty good spot to buy whatever they want. So let's see. Catwalk not working out.
I think you raised the good question, is the ability to adapt. You know, I said in the pre-show, NaVi, they acknowledge, I mean, the interview that Flamey gave after the semifinals yesterday, kind of admitting that they have some issues to work on, admitting that they have some map pool issues as well. They're playing confident, but I mean, they still got to work with to fly here.
So just to go through the criticism that I was trying to bring up about their T sides, right? What I wish I would see sometimes more out of them is it's a style where if they lose someone early on, they react to it immediately. You know, sometimes losing a player could be a lot of information, right? Especially if it's some sort of push from the CT side, you think, okay, well, if 2 people have decided to push catwalk or up a dark or wherever it is, you react to it. You're trying to take advantage immediately. And I think NaVi are slow to do that sometimes.
Well, this time Electronic learned his lesson from getting picked off by Kenny S on catwalk previously. He used a flashbang from his teammate to make it in safely. Mid control for NaVi. This time it looks like they want to attack mid. It's Nexa to immediately challenge, and Boomich is forced away. Again, counter utility from G2 is stalling out all of NaVi's initial moves across the map. But that means they're going to be running low. 4 flashbangs and 1 smoke for the G2 defense.
Oh, wow, you're right. At a minute as well? That is so early to be out of grenades, especially when you've been winning this much. That's a little bit of a concern, I think. It's obviously great with a double AWP in the sense that maybe you can actually pick them apart before they get close to a site, but if you can't and bomb goes down, you're going to wish you had at least 1 more smoke in here. And he's setting up, but I think they're surely going to be flashing him away.
G2's nervous. I think they're expecting a switch up in the defense. You have Nexa playing in CT spawn, so Kenny's got to play towards long. This is going to leave the A bomb site a little bit understaffed.
It's the same setup. Perfecto and Upper Dark, 4 men at the catwalk. They just wait a bit longer this time, and then they go for it. Now, the advantage is, as we've been pointing out, there really are no grenades left on the CT side, so it's going to be rough, but a nice shot through the smoke as Electronic jumps down, is definitely hurt, and Nexa will find him. Kenny looking to see if he can pick someone before they even get the bomb down, but they're going to be planting on the catwalk side of that A site, and now they're all holding there. They don't have any more grenades left either.
This is going to be interesting. These two flashbangs and Nexa and Jax. Oh, that's a great shot from Simple. And look at him step up to the plate, being more aggressive.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get pushed out of the catwalk with the rest of the team. This is such smart play from Simple. He has to have some sort of presence on the bomb site itself. One flashbang here, that's the last one they have. Boomich trying to turn for it, but he says right into it. It doesn't matter. Perfecto was playing anti-flash. He's going to get the one. Nexa with a double up, but still don't think it matters here. They're low on health coming in. Oh. Incredible headshot. But yeah, again, Simple overrun, and they're just so far away that they can't get the defuse. Nice round out of NaVi, even if it cost him nearly everything. And nice round out of Nexa. Quad kill. He was not having a great time on Nuke.
No, but that's an important round for NaVi to win. Unfortunately, they lose everything. Obviously, the catwalk hold is stellar from NaVi in defending against the retake. One player playing anti-flash behind the stairs. Boomich just holding the trigger and taking all the attention. That meant Jax could never get involved. If the catwalk attack doesn't come into play, Jax at long A this whole time, there's just nothing he can do peeking up into what he knows is going to be an AWP. 4-round lead now for G2 and fast pace, but Perfecto blind. He recovers just enough to find the kill.
The trade of grenades, flashbangs. I mean, it looked like actually Nexa was going to be the one that had vision for a second longer, and then third or fourth or however many flashbangs were thrown, one of them landed on him. And now they have long control and can't walk, but there's 4 people here. Look at the gamble. Oh dear. They're actually fully invested into this A defense.
It's fine for now in terms of numbers, but yeah, they need to get someone else up into the bomb site. They can't have everyone just playing on the slope. That's an impossible defense, essentially. And they still have no idea Electronic is here at the stairs. Jax might just fall prey to it. Simple's going to come up to play. Contact on him. There's the second peek. If Jax had killed Electronic, Simple would have been there to clean it up, and Kenny overextends, not expecting that level of aggression, and the defense crumbles. Hunter and Amanek must fall back.
Well, that's a round that's lost to, well, some pretty clear things, right? The flashbang war out long was lost, that's one thing, but then the assumption that no one had actually pushed catwalk yet, that was what ultimately really did it. Otherwise, maybe if they win that fight versus Electronic, or if they just don't even take it and fall back, at least they have the man presence there. Brilliant stuff. NaVi, and this was way more decisive. I mean, I like the fight out long, but when they win, when Electronic gets that second kill up on the catwalk, they go. Like, that's an immediate call. Yep. It should be, but I'm just happy to see NaVi do it.
Well, now these 2 rounds that are strung together from NaVi mean a lot of money is taken out of the G2 hands. Hunter should be able to drop 1 in the next round. He's got plenty of utility to do it. So I think we're still going to see a buy out of G2, but it's going to be strained, and it'll certainly be the last one they have if they're to lose that round. So NaVi have a clear path to get right back into this game.
There's something fascinating about the fact that we've been criticizing them for going for that catwalk play for a long time, and they just sort of keep doing it, and eventually it turns around. So maybe they've seen something in all the executes that we just haven't seen, or some feeling that they have that actually, I mean, it's not the same execute every round or anything like that. There are variations in this. I mean, this time, obviously, most of it was the long presence.
Yeah, it wasn't even an execute, right? It was just we're taking all the advantages that we get. Normally, they're stalled out trying to turn the corner, trying to turn right into the bomb site.
But you could understand why maybe they would be trying to stay away from catwalk for a while, you know?
Maybe just let it breathe.
Not so. That's kind of impressive, actually. I wonder still, I would still like to see them do more. Where are the classic, you know, mid to B splits? Where are, you know, maybe now that they've got the economy low, we could have some B rushes coming out.
Ooh.
Bring it all.
That'd be spicy.
We do like it. 12th round here, and a very, very different story on the second map in the grand finals. Hunter at 15-3, leading the charge at the moment. And NaVi, though, starting to pick themselves up.
The boost.
Oh,
boost,
wow.
He's going to get 1. Good find from Amanek. Just barely out of vision. It looked like they wanted to go fast out mid. That shuts it down. Again, G2 just doing, even in some of these losses they've done, such a very good job of stalling out NaVi's earliest ideas across the map. And there's no investment from G2 outside of Hunter and Amanek, what they've saved.
That was a boost that they couldn't even see from T-spawn. So the fact that there was an up looking didn't even make a difference. USP and he walks right into it. Yeah, I mean, no one could have really helped him out with that.
No, but again, it's about finding ways to get these guns involved in the action. You've got to rotate Hunter over now. Almanek staying in the B bomb site, and now he's even evacuated that position towards mid with the AWP, trying to find one more kill. G2 actually just staying very centralized.
You wish almost at this point that Hunter could actually give the flashbang to a teammate, so he could be flashed into the long fight. You can flash yourself into that fight, but it's not as reliable. If you throw it off the wall, it also makes a noise if they're close. And
yo, they're having the right read though.
Yeah, they have the right idea.
And this might be because, I mean, they know NaVi have just attacked the A bomb site so much up catwalk. Maybe they're trying to get here, but they have to select one. They have to select long or catwalk to defend. And now some utility usage. That's 2 flashbangs they hear coming out. So this is as perfect as you could ask if you're G2. You have the AWP here, you have the M4 on catwalk, and you have what little utility is here ready to go.
Smokes look like they're perfect. No gaps in that one. Grenade actually is a very powerful grenade, and look at the time that's left.
No Molotovs for this position.
No, you're right. They don't have anything to burn it out. What an excellent shot from AMANEK. 15 seconds on the clock, and they started to move closer. NaVi, they should be their round. This is the one that they almost get for free. They're just fighting a couple of rifles. AMANEK with one of them, and he doesn't take down Simple. 4 seconds left, and they're going to go for the bomb plant and the Molotov. It's going to be a second too late. Boomich gets out and dodging. Nexa will be dropped. Simple to bring it back, and another round for NaVi. It cost them a lot. That was nearly AMANEK bringing that round into G2's pockets, but not going to happen.
That's such a great attempt from G2, almost winning the round with barely anything, with just what they brought in, saved from the previous. And it's a really tough line to ride when you're on the defense and you have to stall them out when the time is your friend. You have to keep fighting to hold them out of the bomb site, away from the plant, but you also are trying to survive to make it more difficult for them to get the bomb planted. 2-round lead for G2. It's disappeared pretty quickly. 3 rounds straight for NaVi.
Which is a slight bit concerning. It'll be interesting to see how NaVi end up playing this CT side, but my main concern, a lot of the tournament here has actually been the T side for NaVi, so maybe they will be looking a bit better. Double up for them now. G2 crouching through the middle, not wanting to take a fight, just wanted to see if they could transfer over. Are they just blindly calling that it might be a B hit? I mean, it hasn't been any B hit.
I think in the back of their head, they're expecting NaVi to attack that part of the map. Like you said, to do one of those mid to B splits, to do one of those, contact plays in the tunnels at some point. Also, there was that smoke at the base of catwalk, which could have set it up, and now they want to go find the information. 3 players on this side of the map. This is the smart play. The question is, will it be in time? Because NaVi is almost going to be all the way up catwalk and prepared to once again attack the A bomb site.
Well, Perfecto, I think, will have heard that flat with that grenade. So they probably know that was, I don't know if they know the expression, it could just be a timing grenade. But regardless, Kenny and Jax probably hearing the steps behind them on catwalk, and it's a free bomb site right now for NaVi. No one is there. A 5-on-5 for the retake unless someone gets a kill right about now. Kenny, he's looking into the site from a long range with the AWP, but once again, it's hard for him to find much of anything, and Electronic sneakily hiding up on catwalk gets a kill. Boomich will follow it up with 2 big ones, dropping Kenny and Jax. He actually won the fight at long against Kenny with the AWP. That's amazing. AMANEK, a lot of challenges coming his way. He's going to get the one, but yeah, he wanted to try and speed it up.
Kenny was holding the cross at the bomb site, and he didn't realize that someone had already dropped down and was out of his field of view, had already gotten past where he was aiming. So just the visibility of the AWP when it's scoped in betrays him there. 7-6. This is a great stretch for NaVi. What now, 4 in a row?
Yeah, they're doing a great job at coming back in the game. It looked like G2 were about to exact a hell of a lot more revenge. Again, G2 lost the pistol, but then won the following 5 rounds in a row, which is, I mean, from then on, it looked like it was about to get a little bit scary for NaVi. Yeah, you're right. He's just out in front. Wow.
Even the follow-up kill. Yeah, that's a thing of beauty.
Unscoping to get it.
2 rounds left in the half, and G2 hurting for money, for cash flow. Gonna descend down and do a smaller investment. Some armor, some SMG, and upgraded pistols picked up. Kenny, nothing for him as he saves for an AWP in the final round. Krieg on Nexa, again. I mean, last time G2 had a round like this, they did so much with so little. We'll see if it can happen again. And oh, Boomich has got the lineup. He was waiting for it. Even the upper dark push, Perfecto spots that out. Shouldn't be too much danger, especially now that he sees 2. 1 kill for him, and he's still willing to challenge. Ooh, that's a great flick over.
Yeah, nicely handled. Oh, right.
That's giving up mid-jump.
It's just saying, you know what?
You win this battle, fair play.
I surrender. Amanek, I guess Flamey carrying the bomb. Don't think it's going to make a difference. Perfecto back with more at the end of the round. 3rd kill for him there. He's actually top of the scoreboard for his team at 11 and 10. So different pace on Nuke, where he just had more sort of the, I don't know, CEO type role, just overseeing the battle. Not really
having to do too much. This time, Perfecto does a good job flexing a little bit in upper dark. There's been a lot of flanks from G2 in that part of the map, and he hasn't always been there to spot it out or contain it, but that's really well done, even if it's just against 2 pistols. So we're all tied up going into round 15 to end the first half of Dust2. And a timeout is taken.
It's very, very even map so far, obviously 7-7. I don't know, G2 might, they've lost a fair few rounds in a row all of a sudden. I'm not saying that has to completely break their morale or anything, but it's always nice if you can at least go out with...
It's got to feel like a bit of a gut punch when, like you said, they had such a good start, a 7-2 start to this map, and they've just been destroyed ever since then, and that's a very fast reversal of fortunes. It's going to be stressful to deal with. Kenny aggressive on Catwalk, but this time the Molotov forces him back.
That's how he got one of those earlier fights against Electronic, and he's not all the way back. Timing shot there, and Electronic will take him down for the smoke. That's a nice entry, trying to follow it up and stay aggressive and maybe beat the timing against the backup that must surely be coming in. He knows it. He's got the right read, but Nexa is just going to be a bit more accurate this time. I still like the play from Electronic and Simple, and down in middle waiting for Amanek to try and do something that probably could have been a kill.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the Simple and Electronic. They're more than happy to push out and take more fights. Go look for them, especially Electronic, knowing that Kenny S was out of the fight with the AWP. Happy to challenge against just the rifle. But this is bold even for Simple. He's out mid all on his own with the AWP. No one watching his back. No one having support for him.
Nice jump. Hunter looking over the middle saying, that is not going to be a B split. I've already got it checked out. He's actually still running to the B bomb side. They really think that's B. Oh, no.
Yeah, Nexa got lured into the trap. Walking down the ramp, and again, another catwalk hit for NaVi, and it has just been working so well after it was stopped a couple times. NaVi found the winning recipe, and Simple's going to continue the challenge. All of them continue the challenges, fighting at the same time, and that's put NaVi up 8-7. A shocking turn of events for G2, wiped out of map 1, and now struggling a little bit after a hot start. We'll see who can win this map when we return from the break.
We are going to get into the game right now. It's NaVi and G2 in the grand finals here at Intel Extreme Masters in Katowice 2020. Second half coming up here, second map. Jason, talk to me about the first half and NaVi's just insistence on catwalk.
Yeah, it's what allowed G2 to get out to a hot start, being able to stop that. And it just looked like all their decisions in the later stages of that opening half was to cheat towards the B bomb site, expecting at some point for NaVi to attack anywhere else on the map. We even were talking about it, and it never happened. And NaVi ended up just battering ramming their way through catwalk a number of times.
Seems ridiculous that going the same place all the time could actually be a mind game, but somehow it was.
Congrats, they played themselves.
Yeah, they really did. Simple being forced back, and here comes the hit. 4 men running catwalk for G2. They say, all right, if you want to fight catwalk, then we'll bring that same flavor out now early on. And Simple is actually, I was going to say, if he keeps running, they're right on top of him, and he knows he can't actually do anything to stop it here. Maybe snipe away a headshot, but he's going to have to wait for some teammates, or maybe just go for one of the jumps. He's still looking for it, turning around. He's pretty quick about it too. Now backup is being called in, and Boomich lands a headshot at range. The bomb is down, but they got to take a deep breath here, G2. Don't give this one up. You've got the bomb plant down. Now find some safe space to be in. See if you could maybe stay alive here. They get a kill on Simple at least. Amanek playing close. It's Flamey and Electronic to help out, and what a retake. I think Simple just, they thought they could take him down. They thought, all right, if he's going to be that aggressive, we'll punish him. And then they were all spread out and open.
Yeah, and also his aggression and his presence there right at elevator just forces the G2 players to peek from the bomb site, which is exactly what NaVi wanted in that retake, because that was the best fight they could have, peeking up on the ramp when you kind of try and peer down the ledge. Also, you have to say, big fight at long from Boomich. He did a great job. He was gushed by Kenny S early on. He ended up getting the kill down at 1 HP, but the fact that he's able to stay alive and swing with his teammates when all the attention was elsewhere was perfect. NaVi communicating and playing as a unit very well. It's 7 rounds now in a row, going back into the first half for NaVi.
Yeah, that's going to be an uncomfortable feeling, one they're maybe slightly used to from that nuke map, and one you don't want to revisit. Could have been a big opportunity there for Kenny. Even getting the tag would have made a big difference. Got 2 creeks in play, so G2 are actually very dangerous in this round. If they find an opening, it could turn in against NaVi pretty quickly.
And they're going to have to rely on those creeks to win some heads-up fights. Only 1 smoke, 2 Molotovs, 3 flashbangs to utilize for G2 to get into a site. So you're going to want those creeks to do some work. Molotov to clear the close right corner. Burn anyone out of position, see if there's any kind of a reaction. And for the moment, there's nothing. Electronic is going to be the one it looks like to be challenged at railing.
He has got no grenades, but that M4 of his has been just tremendous so far.
Well, it's going to get put to the test against Krieg. Krieg against M4 is exactly what Jax is going to enjoy the most. And he was so good yesterday in the semifinal at finding entries. Electronic now trying to find information, tagged by the scout. Just a little bit. There's the fight, but not accurate just yet. Flashbang comes in, and Jax has 2. That's what he delivered yesterday. They got G2 into the grand finals in the first place, and I think NaVi just has to save.
Yeah, it's not worth it. And what they save isn't even that impressive, is it? That M4 is going to be picked up. But, yeah, 2 MP9s and a FAMAS there on the NaVi side. Not that much equipment to work with. And that worked out really well. There is a bit of an issue, I think, when you go for those repeaks at that A ramp, if you're Electronic, he's flashed into the fight. But if they already have the pre-fire there, it's a bit of a coin flip if you're just going to walk right into a bullet.
Yeah.
It's great if you don't and they're all flashed, but I've seen it, you know, we've seen it a fair few times now where people actually just do that.
You've seen some things.
Seen some things. Well, nice round. G2 pretty early on here in the second half.
Jax just went down with a bomb. So it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it does leave a Krieg on the floor. So
shows his commitment, I think, really.
He's like, listen, I'm the captain. I'm going down with the bomb site.
It's not making sure, absolutely sure nothing goes wrong.
Misreading his HP and his nearness to the explosion.
9-8, so close again. When the game starts out like this, I mean, it was hard to talk about, I think, for Alexandria and Nuke because it was so one-sided that it never really featured that much. But when the game is 9-8 like this, it's very likely that the economy will be one of the things that decides which team will ultimately be able to make it to 16 first. And that's going to be interesting to see. Amanek and Hunter out in the middle and dropping Flamey, continuing to fight. It's a pretty good return there for Electronic, which is the CC at range. But, oh, coming through is Simple with a headshot on Amanek. That's so brutal.
Yeah, well, Amanek wanted to be a little bit greedy and pick up that Krieg. He got punished for it. Simple now close to the doors. There is a Molotov on Nexa if he wants to throw it to clear it out, just like the previous round. Doesn't look like they want to actually be aggressive out mid, though. Perfecto alone in the B bomb site. Electronic starting to cheat towards middle, towards CT spawn. Just to pick up the FAMAS, but he's got to get back towards the railing. And again, Electronic with 8 HP might have a really tough task on his hand, just like the previous round, defending against this catwalk hit. There is a Molotov as well, if Nexa wants to throw that behind the railing.
He's throwing it right on top of Electronic. Yeah, need to back on out, don't take any damage. Simple, we'll find another kill next. I think there was 3 people shooting at that moment. He even gets the headshot on Jax. And Kenny, 1 versus 3, 40 seconds. It's going to be almost impossible. And Simple will find the quad kill here. Low on health since the first fight, and still picks up 3 more kills after that. And Navi, I mean, that was aggressive from G2 out the middle, and it just doesn't work out for them.
No, they got stalled out. It's hard just a little bit because of the aggressive way that Navi kind of tried to get that position back, right? They threw a couple players at it in CT spawn. I don't think G2 was expecting that kind of presence from the defense that early. And obviously Simple with a stellar round, starting with the Deagle headshot. 10-8 with Navi in the lead. Looking to go up 2 maps. They just need 6 more rounds.
1 AK-47 and 1 Krieg. They're on Hunter and Amanek. And then Deagles for the rest of it. And we'll see. Dust2 is a freaky map in the sense that you could use those Deagles at range easily and get some pickoffs. Grenades might be kind of a different issue for them. So if Navi can stall out this round and slow play it, make sure you don't really allow for them to get those early fights, should be a slightly better scenario for them at least.
G2 still very spread across the map, so they're starting to probe into B tunnels, but this isn't a commitment. I think they just want to try and find a pick, and unfortunately they're going to find some nade damage. A lot of nade damage. Jax is brought down to 67. Hunter looking for a reaction on the other side of the map. There's only the AK-47 on Hunter and the Krieg on Amanek to pull him through this.
They might end up having a pretty decent fight against Spoomich, who's got the MP9 down in the pit. If they could do it quick enough before Electronic can react, it's great. If they wait too long, Electronic will turn with that flashbang.
Yes.
And then the MP9 is going to be amazing. So I think that's the timing we're looking for here. If they can take him down before the flashbang comes through, then that's great news. A little bit of time being bought. Here comes the flash. Oh, actually, yeah, he turns for it. Not going to try and peek behind it, but then there's only 25 seconds. So even if they win the fight now, I don't think it's going to be quite enough time. That's a lot of damage being output from Boomich. Gets the assist there on Hunter. And they managed to cool it down here.
Simple just tracks while spraying, gets a couple extra kills as well. Amanek and Jax want to save these guns, but they're going to get no money. G2's really hurting for cash. Their economy is in an awful state at the moment. And what's really painful is they're going to have to sit out this round as well, just the 2 guns, but the lack of bonus money. I mean, again, that's going to be cash they don't have to use in the next round. So there's always, at this point, it feels like someone on G is always lacking for what tools they need to actually fight in this game.
Yeah, just a little bit out of balance. It's also not that much time. I like Boomich just playing that one smartly in the sense of falling back. I think he could have gone for the fight maybe behind the flashbang, but he just looked at the clock probably and said, you know what?
It's also, I mean, I think they got out long much quicker than he expected in the MP9. He just didn't want to take that fight, perhaps. Electronic hears the Molotov extinguish, decides not to swing. That's a disadvantage. He goes back for it, though, and that's why. Flashbang, even blind, Amanek already had the lineup.
Kenny charging, not checking the car, and Boomich, oh, he's holding the trigger, wants to go for a double, and he'll have it as well. Simple showing up, and Boomich, what a nice triple kill with an MP9. He is so good with that weapon, and always has been. Hunter now, yeah, he wanted to be the late flanker for the eventual long hit, and never got the chance.
I think G2 is getting a little bit away from themselves in this game so far. That's them like thinking they're 10 steps ahead, not clearing this corner. Everyone's committed at long. With 1:30, everyone's just trying to rush and get up. You still have those 2 weapons. You have the opening pick. Could have slowed things down, but missing some of the details, missing some of the fundamentals, and that's given Navi not just a huge lead, but the other side of the coin to go back to the economy is, I mean, there's not even a lot of damage being pumped out into Navi's defense, so they can afford to rebuy every single time. We haven't even seen Simple have to drop down to the AWP. He's having a great time with the Krieg. Living the dream.
I mean, it isn't even much of a difference, is it? I think Alex was talking about, you know, Simple yesterday, dropping the op to go to the Krieg even against the Astralis just because they were having such a fantastic time. They got 2 of them on that CT side, which is an absolute problem that they're going to have to overcome. Now, They don't have a lot this round. Some flashbangs, always worth trying something with. But NaVi, yeah, they're going to have a great lead, and that economy is going to be hard to take away all of a sudden. It took a long time for NaVi to figure out what the key was, which apparently just was going catwalk all the time. But G2, they don't have much of that time left here themselves.
Yeah, no more time for experimentation. And again, another round where they're fighting with 5 pistols. Some armor, 2 flashbangs. I don't think that's going to do a whole lot, though. Simple throws out the smoke. That's a team nade. You can see him a little bit frustrated in the picture as well.
Attempted rocket boosting.
Just shaking his head.
I mean, if they can laugh that off, then it means they're on a good track. Does peek into it, gets dinked, falls back down, and he's somehow still alive. Electronic making up for the team damage by getting a nice triple kill.
Okay, certainly at this point, if you're G2, you just say, Simple and Electronic both have Kriegs. They're both playing at the A bomb site. Let's not go there. Let's go to the other side of the map. This is not going to be a winning recipe. He was still alive at that point, too. It didn't even really do all that much damage.
He looked way more annoyed than I was expecting.
No.
Well,
tense situation for everyone, even when you're winning on the grand final stage in the Spodek. 13-8 lead.
It's so amazing they've managed to turn it back into 13-8.
It was 7-2 at one point.
Yeah,
11-1 run.
But G2, just for those who are not paying attention. They're pretty quick on the catwalk. Amanek has been running through upper dark just to make sure no one is there. They clear the corner, and Simple is the one holding the A-bomb site. So if they manage to win the fight against him and the timing, they nearly catch him. Now if they keep pushing, they're on top of the Molotov. Electronic is there, and they go back to try and fight that duo. And so far, they don't come out on top. A monstrous grenade on top of Amanek and Nexa. And he's just calling it in, Simple. He loves this fight right now. Can just buy time for the team to get here or set up for more executes. Oh, that's actually looked like they were both flashed. They still win the fight. And it's a 3-on-3. Boomich, pretty quick up catwalk. That spray as he's falling back still dinks Amanek. And Nexa in a 1 versus 3. NaVi are such a good CT-sided team on this map, and it's showing right now. Nexa turning. He needs 2 more headshots. There's the one. The follow-up, and he gets it! A great triple here for the captain of G2. Will buy them a 9th round.
That's a god-tier performance. Not just the shots, but G2 was looking lifeless. They were looking done and out of this map. That might be what they need to at least give them a bit of energy moving forward. You've also taken the Kriegs away from this defense, which have just been so deadly. What a stellar job for Nexa.
Actually a miracle. He's got nowhere to hide. All he could do is just hope that they don't peek him at the same time. And he gets the timing down right. No shot connecting there. A similar start here for G2, just slowly across the map.
Here's the op in Simple's hands, though. He's finally gotten it. Kenny S has one as well. Simple playing at a very small angle through double doors. Does not want to get flashed off the angle, but wants the information. Holding it for the moment. Spam coming through, just narrowly missing.
That is so dangerous. When the op is on the other side like that. Boomich had long alone, though. Kenny also has to be really careful here. Slightly wider angle, and that could have been the end of Kenny.
Now Simple needs to reposition. Takes his shot, shows his hand in middle. Falls back. Hunter and Jax might have been able to hear the footsteps, might be able to have the information that someone rotated back. We'll see if they can make the decision that it's Simple, or at least get the information that it's the AWPer, as Electronic is the one to rotate towards mid now.
Yeah, switching it up a bit. Simple just in a great spot here. They do have at least a fair few grenades, including that one Molotov that can make his life really tricky.
This is an A-split.
It is, and if they win the fight against Boomich out long, suddenly Electronic and Simple, that duo has been able to stand up to a lot historically, but this is a pretty tall order. I think a lot of this is going to be riding on Boomich and whether or not he can beat this fight against the MAC-10 and the AK-47. He turns for it here, 20 seconds. They Molotov their way onto the site. Electronic is already gone, and that leaves Simple very much alone. Boomich about to be shot in the back, and there it is. Long range for Simple, and that was all he could do. It's still impressive with those 2 kills. 9 seconds, and the bomb will go down, and that's a beautifully timed A execute. And I'll tell you what, the fact that they execute the long part of that push so late is why Boomich is not thinking about it.
It's also the kill on Electronic that forces Boomich to rotate back and actually try and help Simple, but he didn't even consider long at that point. He was fully committed. And that is the Dominoes, that is the A defense at times. So G2 now at double digits, 10 rounds, just 3 behind NaVi.
This time it was 2 people going long for the flank. Sometimes it could be just 1, but whether it's 2 or 1, it's such a strange art form to know when to go for that push. And there are some players that
feel and the read.
Yeah, just, you know, if you do it too soon and you know, Boomich just takes 2 kills, suddenly you might lose the round, or probably will lose the round. And if you get the timing right, yeah, it's perfect.
All right, well, the money on NaVi not looking great at the moment. Good entry from Next. I mentioned that was the kill that kind of took Boomich's attention away. Good adjustment from Simple, but no way you were getting both of those.
Oh, and again, by the way, just the difference between having 2 or 1 long. Imagine if it was only 1 and Simple takes him down like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then all of a sudden he's still live with an AWP. Well, they pass him a new one. Flamey and Boomich on pistols. They buy, actually, it's pretty dangerous buy. And obviously, if you can get the AWP in Simple's hands, why not just go for it? There's still cash behind this too, so NaVi not fully invested in this round.
Let's see if it pays off. It is hard to argue against. Hunter takes a grenade down there in lower dark. They're setting up over at long. Boomich here with the CSAT 75 close range could be very scary. It's hard to put a flashbang that actually connects with him in any reasonable fashion here. He walks right into the shot. Jax, pretty good opening there. And now Electronic and Simple. Simple doesn't really want to actually go catwalk. He could have maybe tried to escape to stay safe, but much like he normally does, he's going to go and fight instead. Flamey is down, Simple's ready and waiting and almost walking into the angle. Oh, Kenny, that is a quick shot. I don't even know how he saw him. Through the scope, obviously.
With his eyes.
With his eyes, yeah.
Electronic gonna, ooh, that's the bomb, and that actually easily could have dropped down onto the elevator. That could have been a disaster. Unfortunately for Perfecto, he's the last one left. I think it's that whole left angle, right angle peak for Simple and Kenny S that made it so easy for Kenny. Looked fast from our point of view. And Perfecto's gonna get away, but he's already being hunted by Hunter. Aha.
He does that a lot. I feel like it's, I often end up saying something similar, and I think, you know what, maybe he is role-playing that part.
You're like, oh, I didn't mean to sound like an idiot, but it's just the way it works out. 11-13, G2. Bit of a comeback, and they're starting to build some momentum. They've at least stopped the monstrosity of a run that NaVi was on. They have 3 in a row themselves now, and that round they survived with 4 players alive.
Wow, there was way more, yeah. You're absolutely right. That was the left-right situation. Now, they take all the rifles away. Let's not underestimate that part either. NaVi's momentum has been partly economically based, so the fact that they have to give it all up now, it's pretty good news for G2, who are just looking to get that comeback. In a best of 5, it is really a little bit devastating if you start going down to 2 maps early on. That can really weigh on you. You want to at least get 1 map on the board so you know you can keep fighting and, you know, get another shot at it.
And also just especially because you got wiped out of the server on Nuke. Just want to get a win under your belt so you can forget about that one. Kenny S, I think he actually saw that, but there was no way he was ready to actually take the shot. So he sees one more crossover towards the B bomb site, and G2 going to use the overwhelming power and range of the AKs, the rifles, the AWP. They're going to play this one out towards long.
You're in the mood for some good Electronic 1DX here. I think that's the only way they can bring it back.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain.
All right.
G2 fans would.
Probably yes. But we'll see what's on the menu for him here. Still 55 seconds. G2 all in one group. I kind of like that. I don't mind that. When you know the economy is low, it makes sense to do this.
Flamey's in middle as well, trying to grab some information for Catwalk. So that's why you see Electronic holding on to his smoke as long as possible, which is great because he might be able to use it into the bomb site if they start doing a set piece, use the Molotov for the site, or even just a delay. 37 seconds.
Don't know if there's a gap, but hopefully not. That's a common mistake, even at a high level, that people... Oh, there is a gap. That's the one thing you just can't afford. They're crouching past, they line up. Oh no, Boomich! Big kill on Jax, 25 seconds. They take down Electronic. That's a tiny little mistake that could easily cost them the round. If Boomich gets 2 kills, Electronic could swing wide and suddenly it can all crumble. But the bomb will go down instead, and it's looking a bit better here as Hunter will take down Flamey. And some grenades to buy a bit of time. They're looking like they've recovered the scenario, G2. Don't want to see that ever again. Not here on Dust2 in this grand finals. Boomich will get dropped, but oh man.
listen, the crack is one thing. It's hard to exploit if a team is executing across long at a fast pace, but they were trying to do it quietly, crawl and walk, and that makes it an easy shot. And if Electronic had been able to get one kill, only 2 G2 members were leading that charge, that would have slowed everything down. That could have been, you're exactly right, the round. That might have even, probably close to a double in some sense. 13-12. I like this G2 staying in this game, and remember, let's go back. Powered by Nexa, the clutch from the captain, the 1 versus 3 that he had to win to get this started. It's given them a new breath of life.
Nexa and then Hunter, obviously, the duo that has utterly revitalized this team in a fashion that honestly is hard to explain, but it's been a magnificent story to follow. 22 and 14 on Hunter right now, only slightly outdone by Simples at 23 and 16. And we're going into round number 26 right away. Economy back in the hands of NaVi, though, yeah, still with the AWP on Simple. Not the double up at least, but see what it could do. We've been hyping it up for a bit, haven't seen it that much here on the CT side. Might get a chance to. Kenny is sneaking through the smoke in middle. That is not the style we've always seen out of him, but it's great to see this version right now. 26th round, and he is just taking the fight. He's got some backup in here as well, looking for it, and they know. Now, are they going to react G2? Do they want to go quick, or do they just want to fall back? I'm pretty sure Flamey saw them.
I don't know if they're going to commit to this with 4 players in middle. Jax might bail out and go towards Upper Dark to join Amanek, but Kenny is still looking for someone to go for an information play. A lot of utility used by NaVi to slow this down, a lot of utility used by G2 to keep hold of this portion of the map, and they just want to give it up. They didn't see anything they wanted.
They also hadn't cleared out Catwalk, so if they go quick and Electronic, which he kind of was, is playing close Catwalk, that's so dangerous.
I think they re-execute on a mid to B split or just towards the B bomb site, but they force a lot of utility out for the NaVi defense just by having that presence and that pressure at the double doors.
They have 1 smoke here, G2, to try and get into it. Now, it could work, but you're not going to get a second chance. Flamey holding 1 angle, Perfecto with a crossfire on the other. Oh, and he gets instantly shocked. Jax, another great entry, and Perfecto, 2 kills would be too much to ask for. He got the 1 and a lot of damage, and that's still pretty good. Kenny holding middle, and they're going to save. They're not even going to try and get close to it. Man, Jax is a superhero at getting those entries.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal for this team in that regard. That's a beautiful opening provided by him, but also, I mean, unfortunate timing for Flamey pulling out the nade, but I think that's exactly what G2 said, is just the amount of utility that's dumped from NaVi from both sides of the map in towards middle, and they just want to exploit it. They want to exploit the lack of nades, the nades that are used too early, and they're right back into this map. It's all tied up. 13-13 down the stretch.
About to be 5 in a row for G2.
Yeah, the best that NaVi can do is just keep this AWP in hand of Simple.
Well, here's a question, though.
Yeah.
So far, that AWP has been playing, you know, on the CT side of mid doors. It's been playing up at the catwalk. That's kind of the most forward he's been. But that doesn't have to stay that way. They could boost him up quick. They could run him up that catwalk, take a fight in middle, any number of things. So maybe it's time, you know, for him to change the pace.
Yeah, I mean, possibly, and we know he has that in him. I know a lot of AWPers talk about how difficult it can be to play that style these days with how good teams are with utility now. Everyone has stepped up in that regard, and that's a bit of a... That's a great shot, obviously, and Flamey, I mean, you're not expecting them to walk through the majority of that tunnel and just take that peek. You're expecting there to be some sound cue or some utility used.
Yeah, anything to tell you that it's happening. Electronic actually forward from the Molotov, and he's in so much trouble. He should be dead. I can't believe he got that kill. That's very impressive. He could have easily been gone, and then could be another round gone for NaVi as well.
G2's fine with the 1-for-1 trade, though. Jax is the entry fragger as well, so he's going to be no stranger to getting picked off first. Simple now has to stay pretty much planted at this A bomb site, and there's not really any way for him to get aggressive here. He's got to be very cautious if he wants to move up. You can see in the X-ray that Simple doesn't have. Kenny has just holding the angle with an AWP of his own. All of G2 is lined up for this catwalk hit, so let's see. Simple, what have you got at 13-13?
See if he can even beat the grenades here. Going to be raining down all across him. 55 seconds, they jump down now, they're right on top of him. If he misses one more shot, they'll absolutely take him down, and I don't think he knows there's a second player there right around the corner, but Boomich from long will help him out. Amanek nearly made it ways with the smoke. 45 seconds, a missed chance, and he's low on health himself. The bomb is down, and it's a 2-on-4. And G2, how can they defend this? A jumping shot will get his face blown off. Nexa quick with the AK-47. And now 2-on-3. Nexa and Kenny, can they pull one more miracle here? It's Flamey to get the kill, and Nexa alone. They're all shooting at him, and he can't stand up to it. Goes down. Boomich with the double, saving Simple and saving the round. That's great defense.
That is just so crazy. Simple able to survive in that situation. Boomich saving his life from long was the critical kill. You're right. Simple never saw the second player jump down, or I guess the first of the two players to jump down. This is just Simple winning in a different way. We know him for his highlights, his incredible shots. This is just him staying alive as long as possible, being a nuisance. 14-13, NaVi have a one-round lead.
Such an important frag from Boomich out at long.
Double up setup as well, and it's not in Flamey's hands, it's in Boomich. He's gonna have that towards long. Simple has his as well, and they're both gonna be backing away.
Yeah, I think Boomich got the long spawn and just wanted to run for it. Oh, this is unbelievably dangerous now. There's one Molotov. I don't know if he's gonna have a teammate maybe backing it up, but they're shooting through the car windows. They still don't know. They might think this is clear now. That's a mistake. Nexa gets one. A follow-up from Simple. They thought they had it cleared out. They thought they had already done the homework there, and he punishes them right away. 3 versus 5 now. They should be able to get rid of him. They have another Molotov. There should be no way that he could stay alive in this corner. But look at how much attention and just utility he's grabbing. That's 2 Molotovs and an HE and 2 players dead on the G2 side.
It's information gathered as well. So Flamey can play alone with his AWP. Excuse me, I said it incorrectly at the start of the round. He did have one. It was Boomich and Simple juggling, like you said, due to the spawn. So Flamey's going to be positioned. That's an incredible shot from Kenny S. He might have just opened up the whole bomb site. Smoke wall is up, and Boomich can't do anything except wait for his teammates. Some utility.
Oh, do they really want to try and go through? They go for the boost, and that's revealed right then and there. No one to shoot for the smoke. They want to reboost it again, but the bomb is already down. They had this round. Simple had already given it to them, but now they might be in a little bit of trouble here. The smoke is finally going to be fading, and they have one of their own to try and block out long, but they don't know about that car yet, and that's an issue. Perfecto lining up, could have been a huge double kill. Now Hunter falling back with the Krieg. He's solo on health again. He's going to have to try and look for headshots, and that is a great run. Instead of doing it one at a time, they just decide to speed it up and go for it immediately.
They already lost in that kind of a battle one time when they took it slow against Nexa. That's what got G2 back into this game. So this time they just get highly aggressive. Plant is going to help out. G2 has plenty of money to buy, but they got to win 2 in a row to force us into overtime. NaVi looking to go up 2-0 in these grand finals. Simple delivers early on, but a lot of pressure still applied from G2 thanks to this shot right here. That's a thing of beauty.
So well done. Yeah, that looked like it could have been the round. I don't know what happened to the guy. I guess someone was watching it, which is really heads up play.
I think Kenny took a peek when the contact began, took a shot, and Flamey just fired right back through the window and got him. It was a spam shot for sure.
So what a difference that makes. They get the long control, but that doesn't always lead to any kind of a win here. They're all out here. I'm actually getting scared. If you take long control with 5 people like this, the longer you stay, the more you're going to get paranoid about whether or not they're pushing up or looking down middle in some way they don't see one. You can end up in a pretty bad situation here if you don't actually execute on this fairly early on.
Giving Kenny plenty of time to peek in and try and find a pick. No one is offering it to him. Like you said, with all 5 players here, the fact that Boomich controls Catwalk, everyone can feel safe. Simple. Flashbang is out. Oh, and he's got the reaction. He's got the reaction. That's going to let him know how close they are. There's a smoke wall being put up, but I don't know if G2 wants to go for this just yet. They might just have to. They have no more smokes. They have to use these to cross. It all comes down to this.
Yeah, they don't have a choice. See if they can do it, if they can get it into overtime or not. Hunter going down early on. NaVi, they were behind early on Dust2, but they're looking to win the second map of the grand finals here. It's Simple to get dropped as he's trying to escape through the smoke, and Flamey will fall next. Electronic, wide peek, but he doesn't get shot down long from that AWP. And Nexa, 2 health left. Kenny, he pushes up long. He wants to go and help out before Nexa has to fight on his own. And that bomb is only just planted. He's got a great angle here, Kenny. I don't think they'll expect it. They are kind of looking for it, but a nice headshot to bring one down. Is he ready to flick? That's the Krieg right in front. If he misses the chance, he's gone. Kenny with the leg shot. That might be everything they need here. And now only a couple of seconds left. Perfecto on 1 point of health, and he gets a shot. It's the time for it. He's going to run for it straight away. And there will be a second map here in the finals. Simple stands up, celebrating already 16-13.
He already knew it. He already knew he had it.